Hi everyone, it's Devin again, and we've got another CrafterWork for the end of the year. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. This month we have a very simple little holiday craft. It's these little yarn star ornaments. We've got them in 4 different colors, and if you reserved a kit, you were able to choose what color you wanted. And they are so simple to make. So I hope you guys really enjoy this little craft that will hopefully bring a little more cheer to your holidays. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing you're gonna do is just take your 2 pieces of cardboard, and you can use double-sided tape if you have it, or if you just have normal tape, you'll just roll it. But you wanna attach the 2 squares so they're angled differently, and you can see the 8 points around. So you're just gonna go ahead and tape those. Alright, and then next you'll take your piece of paper that was included, and you're just going to do the same thing but attach the paper to the cardboard. And if it's not completely centered, that's okay, because the yarn is going to cover all the outside edges of the paper. Okay, so after everything is taped together, you're going to take the 8 pins that you were given, and you're just going to put them right at the corners of each piece of cardboard. So they're going to have 8 spokes coming out of here, and this is what is going to support your yarn as you wrap it. And you just want to push them in far enough that they're going to stay, but you want to leave plenty of room for your yarn to sit on. So after we have all the pins in place, we're just going to flip it over, and we're just going to tape one end of the yarn to the back. And if you want it to be a little more secure, you are welcome to use glue, maybe hot glue, just a dab of it. But tape works well. When you turn it over, we're going to start to wrap. To start wrapping this, you're just going to bring the yarn up to the top right corner. You're going to go over that first pin. You're going to go down 2 so the yarn is following the edge of the square. You're going to wrap it behind that pin, go up 1 from behind it, and then bring it around, and then you're just going to repeat that. Go down 2 so it follows the edge of the square, go back behind it, up 1, and bring it around. This is the whole motion of this project. So you're just going to remember down 2, up 1, and you just want to make sure when you bring it up around that 1, it's going to follow the edge of the square. And so we'll go around 1 time. We're going to do it just like this. So after your first round, you should have something that looks like this. And this is the entire project right here. So we're just gonna continue doing that exact same wrap over and over until we are happy with how it looks in the center. When you go to do round 2, you are going to notice that it lays differently. So when you come back around this first pin that starts round 2, you're going to lay it a little bit to the left. So when you bring it down, that original edge piece, this is going to lay to the left of it. And if your cardboard starts to peek through, you are able to move the yarn afterward. But I kind of just fix it as I go. So we're just going to go back around in the same motion, down 2, up 1, laying it to the left every time. So we'll just go around. Okay, so let's stop here for a second so you can start to notice what's happening. You can see around the pins there's a little braided pattern appearing. That's because we're going to the left a little bit. You can also see that like there's some cardboard peeking through. So you're able to just kind of move everything until you feel satisfied with how it goes. And each time we go around brings us closer to the middle. So if you want a lot of, like these would be very cute picture frames, so if you wanted like an actual little picture in here, you maybe don't want to put as much yarn. But if you're more concerned with how nice the yarn looks, then you might want to wrap more than someone who wants to preserve the picture inside. Okay, so I'm satisfied with how this looks. I'm just going to keep adjusting things here. But to finish it, when you decide to finish it, you're going to bring it around that bottom pin, and then we're just going to flip it over, and I'm going to take my scissors and just cut the extra off. And we're just going to tape the end to the back, just like how we started. Or if you glued it on the back, you just glue it back on there. So your star should look a little something like this. Now that the yarn is secured onto the back, we can push in the pins. And when you push these in, you want to try and make sure they don't poke through the cardboard, but these are what's going to hold your yarn in place. So you will still see the little bit at the end. You could really have fun with that if you have the sewing pins with the colored tips. These ones are easy, so you can't really notice them too much from the front, but if you hold it to the side, you'll notice them. So you're just going to push all these in. Oh, see, this one I completely missed, so we're going to pull it out a little bit and fix that. That's much better. Okay, so we have the tape secured and we have all the pins pushed in. So you are able to leave it like this, but to make it an ornament, we need a little loop on the back. So we have some extra yarn left over, and we'll just cut a piece off that however long you want your ornament to hang. So I cut this. If you want a little longer than what you cut, because we are going to knot it, but we're just going to take the back of here and we're going to find a loop. I'm just going to pull one end through, just very carefully though. I'm going to knot the two ends together. Pull this so the knot is behind the ornament, and I like to just tape the tail ends down so it doesn't show up from the front on accident. So you're going to end up having a lot of tape back here, possibly a lot of glue, but no one's going to look at the back of your ornament. And there it is. So now you're able to make these very cute and easy yarn star ornaments. You can change a lot of aspects of this of how you might want to make it look now that you know the basics of it. A bigger square of squares of cardboard could get you like a wall decoration instead of just like a Christmas tree ornament size. Different yarns produce different results. We've got a thinner yarn with a little more detail looking, or we've got a thicker yarn that I think makes it look like a vintage Christmas ornament. It's up to you. Happy holidays. I'll see you next year.